Good evening, YouTube.
Hello.
It is 10 to 9.
Yes, it is.
And we have just seen the fourth show of the day.
Yes.
We have, which was Jane's choice. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't keen on this one. Or I wasn't keen to go. Because for quite a long time I didn't actually book a ticket. I don't know whether you knew that. Did you know that? I booked you a ticket, but then didn't.
No, I didn't know that.
Anyway.
Yes. So, Caitlin. WLTM Productions solo show True Life. Bohemian dancer Caitlin Macnamara. Start again.
Okay.
Bohemian dancer Caitlin Macnamara tells the true story in her own brutally honest words of her stormy, skint, booze-fueled, infidelity-riddled marriage to the doomed Welsh poet Dylan Thomas, and of her own unfulfilled ambitions.
There's a couple of extra bits on here.
Right, no,
so it started with it says, before Dylan Thomas died at the tender age of 39, he and his bohemian wife Caitlin binged and brawled their way around the bars of Britain in the 1930s and 40s. And the rest of it's
the same.
Pretty much the same, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I did look her up on the dreaded Wikipedia, I'm afraid. Sorry, I'm going to be saying Caitlin and Catlin. I think she said Catlin at the end, but I'm going to say Caitlin because that's what sort of is more natural to me. And she wrote about her life in diaries and things, so this is based on that.
Throughout the whole of our marriage, he doesn't spend a single evening at home. Not one evening. We're innocents. This is what we shared, inseparable. Our families could see it, most people could. And Dylan never said a word against me to anyone. He adored me. We were together the whole time. A pair of lambkins, so I go with him. We are together, so I go with him. We're great lovers, artists, bohemian, together. I have a little girl come in to give Llewellyn this bottle. And I go, and I become a drinker too. And history judges me. He went, so I went. We were to be together the whole time. That was the deal. That was the deal.
It was fascinating. I mean, I knew that he was married. Yeah. I think I knew that it was tempestuous. But it's sort of, it obviously you've got the detail and the horrific part that she told about. I'm not going to say, because if you're going to see it, you'll find out and you can read about it. But Augustus John did sexually assault her when she was really quite young. And that was before she met Dylan Thomas. But it's basically of their life. I mean, she says all the time how much she loved him. And he told her that she loved him. But I mean,
he loved her.
Sorry, did I say that wrong? That he loved her.
He loved her.
And gosh, it was well,
I think neither of them are very nice people.
Well, no, I mean, you have to say that, yeah.
He is just a drunken bum, really, in the bars all the time. She goes to the bars and becomes obviously an alcoholic because she wants to be with him.
Yeah.
But they're not people you want to meet on the street.
No, I mean,
because they're I thought the performance. I mean, I wasn't particularly looking forward to this, and it's not. Is it enjoyable? It's a stunning performance, but there aren't any laughs in it.
No.
There's absolutely nothing.
Because it's quite tragic.
It's quite tragic. She left the kids to go to the pub, which is something a mother should never do. You know, she left the kids alone at times because she would rather be in the pub getting pissed with him.
Well, she justified it.
Well,
She said
I don't think there's no justification for that.
No, but I'm saying how it on stage.
Yeah.
She said she felt guilty, but it was justified because it was the only way she could spend time with him, because that's where he was all the time. He was in the bar drinking.
But I think the performance was absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah, it was.
It was a real piece of theatre. She was amazing.
She was amazing.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, I know I pick these a lot.
You do.
You know.
There's a theme.
Well, this year it's been mostly, I think, just about 100%, I think, off the top of my head, solo performances by women about women, you know.
True life.
True life.
Yeah.
And I would say it's like with reading, you know, non-fiction books. There's nothing more interesting and fascinating than real life.
I mean,
and I think that's part of my attraction to these
I saw
characters.
I knew that he was a drunk, you know, and the fact that he is this, you know, she called him a genius poet. I mean, I'm not into poetry in that sense, but nobody, you know.
I mean, yeah,
just because he's talented, and he clearly was talented, but that doesn't excuse you. I mean, it's the same with all sorts of famous people. Just because they're talented doesn't excuse the behaviour that they, you know.
No.
So.
But yeah, and she did keep repeating that he was always forgiven for his behaviour because he was this talented poet, but she was always condemned.
Isn't that the way with women generally? Do you know? If you think about it, it's okay for the man to go off and be a philanderer, and he's one of the lads. But the minute a woman,
we could start to have a very heavy conversation here about the patriarchal system.
Yeah. I mean,
and we're not going there.
No,
but
it's
I suppose it's part of that.
Yeah, it is.
Basically,
yeah.
in you know, if you look back on history, I'm afraid that is a theme.
It is a stunning piece of work.
It is. I mean, her performance, as Ian's already said, is stunning.
Yeah, I mean, you won't. I mean, it's probably one of the best performances we've seen at the Fringe. You know, forgetting the fact of what the subject matter is.
Yeah.
Her performance was absolutely incredible. I have one big issue, and it's not with the performance.
No, it's nothing to do with the production. No.
It's to do with the theatre, or the room it was called a theatre. So this was Greenside, which we've been to several things at Greenside, on Infirmary Street, and this is in the Ivy Studio. And obviously the time of this thing was 7:30 this evening. The chairs were 5-minute chairs. In fact, they were the most uncomfortable chairs that I think I've ever sat on. Yeah. So much so that my back hurts now. And I know that you were having to move. You don't move in chairs.
I don't move, but I had to. You know, I had to move in these chairs.
I mean, honestly, to sit there for an hour in these chairs in this room. I would now not choose to go and see a performance in the Ivy Studio because of those chairs. I don't want to sit in there again.
I might be with you on that actually.
And that's got nothing to do with us scoring this performance, because this performance is brilliant. But I think you need to see it somewhere else.
Well, it's difficult, isn't it?
Honest opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
Take a cushion. Take two cushions.
Take two cushions.
Because you need one for your back for sure, and you need one to sit on.
Anyway, we're sorry to go on about that.
Yeah,
but
it's the. I mean, you get all sorts of chairs across the Fringe. We accept that, but this has to be the worst, really.
Yeah. Apart from the stools that we sat on a couple of years ago.
2 years ago, we had to leave actually because we had to leave the performance because the stools were so uncomfortable. Yeah. That's a whole different story. But anyway, this is 7:30. It's on until when's it on till? It's on until the 27th. No show on the 15th. That was. Oh no, that's because it's today.
Today, that's
sorry,
right. It was on today.
It was on today, yeah. So it's on for the rest of the Fringe. No shows on Sundays. So 21st, 28th, or the 28th is last day of the Fringe. for an awful lot of shows. The cost is £12 full price, £10 concession. It's a fantastic piece of work, you know.
It is brilliant.
But like I say, go and take some cushions.
Yeah.
You know, or pillows or something.
So shall we?
We've got stars.
Stars. Yeah.
Go on then.
A 4, I think.
It's 4 from me too.
Her performance.
Her performance
was
is absolutely brilliant.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And just
like I say, it's not laughs.
no, it's quite heavy.
Yeah,
but it's true. I
but
mean, yeah.
You know, to spend an hour with this lady, who is she? I don't know.
I know, it doesn't say. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's crazy.
We will try and find it. If I can find out, I'll put it in the
Yeah.
comments down below.
Yeah.
But her performance
is fantastic.
is absolutely amazing.
And just a little sort of postscript. Because she was ranting and raving about children from time to time.
Oh yes.
Somebody had brought in. I mean, they weren't. I mean, they were probably about 3 or 4 months old.
Yeah, very
They
small,
weren't 6
so
months
I'm
old.
surprised.
And
actually.
every so often you could hear this child, just when she was ranting about how she was left with the children, you should never have children, blah blah blah. And then you'd hear this little child, this little baby cooing, you know, which I thought was quite amusing.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I'm trying to. Christina. It's Christina and Hillary. Is the production, I think.
Oh, would you like to read?
Writers Christina Hampton and Hillary and
Campbell.
this is the WLTM Productions. It's a Brighton-based theatrical production. So it doesn't actually say who she's.
Yeah, because those are the script writers, but one of those may well be.
We'll try and find out, and I'll put it in the comments down below if I can find out who the lady is, because she is fantastic.
No, she's
brilliant.
Yeah.
So 4 stars from us.
Yes.
Definitely worth seeing with cushions. Right. One more show to see today. We'll see you later.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Over a bit.
Action.
Can't see you at all, darling. If you leave it
Fair
there.
enough.
I would be mid-screen with you offs
Maybe that's what you want.
in the wings.
Maybe this is the Jane.
Just hear your voice.
Maybe this is it. You're the Jane. It's the Jane show.
Yeah, disembodied voice. That would have been fun.
Okay.